Keep forgetting. Good evening, everybody. Today is day 9 of round 2 of the Hua Boho meditation, and welcome you all. I just wanted to continue on the question that was asked yesterday about giving coordinates for the spirit to manifest, right? So I was pondering on it, and what I want to tell you guys very briefly today is that when we are doing the Hua Boho, we are setting aside the judgment and embracing pure perceptions from the source. Okay. So we all have perceptions about people, about situations, about things, about life, about death, about everything. We all have perception, right? Based on what we hear, what we feel, I mean, all the five senses, right? What we learn, and what do we think, right? We after Adam fell in sin, we are for thousands of generations, we all have been eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? So everything that we do is judgmental. Okay. So whether it is up and down, left, right, black and white, we always have polarities. We always kind of move on to either side of the spectrum, right? Now, what we are so, and therefore, when we have we all are wired, right, in certain way in terms of our belief system, who we are, how our world is, who the other persons are, based on I was told in communication workshop that we just first a few seconds you look at a person, you kind of come to a conclusion of who that person is, even before getting to know them deeper, right? So when we look at people, when we interact, maybe a couple of times, or we watch them, we kind of conclude everything. So what we are trying to do is coming out of judgment. It is a long process and nobody is perfect, but we are trying to get there and disentangle from all that we have learned, okay? So that we will have more clarity, focus, and be flexible to learn things from other people's perspective, or a learning to have a different perspective. Okay. And simple analogy here is, let's say an artist has a canvas, right? And someone like Eileen, they are very good in abstract art. Okay. So when the artist goes in front of the canvas, what do? They are just going to, most of the time, the artists, when they paint or draw or even color, they get into a different brainwave state, right? And they know for sure they want to do some art, or they want to paint, or they want to draw, or they want to color, okay? But they don't go and start it with a preconceived notions. They start it, and also they don't focus on one part of the canvas. Okay. um, let's say 10 by 10 is the canvas size, and I'm going to focus on the top right or bottom left corner, and I have to use this color, that color, and this is the dimension, blah blah, if there was a requirement. But a person who really wants to enjoy the art of painting, they don't go with a pre-planned thing. If we decide to do one part, one portion of the canvas with specific things on mind, that means is an analogy, okay? Just an example for you to understand. We are kind of controlling or or giving a definitive like outline or the results of it. We are definitely wanting to see something being done with a control over it. Okay, there's nothing wrong about control, but if the artist goes in front of the canvas and takes, there are so many different types of brushes and colors and everything, they just allow the free flow. Okay, and they keep painting as you do. Even if there's something called mandala art, there are so many ways you can go into different brainwave states. Okay, and so when people get into this art, there is a flow and there is no control over it. They just keep doing for hours and hours and hours. They enter into the flow, right? So in that sense, during that period of painting, it's a non-judgmental, um, without any having to control anything. There is a flow that happens. Okay, and the results of that is very beautiful. Okay, so similarly, we are also going into a flow state or a void. Void means void of all the five senses, and learning to come away from the perceptions or rigid belief system about anything, about any belief, right? This really helps. So that we are enabling, we are disentangling of all that we have learned, okay, about world, about people, about things. We are disentangling, and we are um, allowing the flow to happen, a natural flow. Okay, that which is required for our disentangling and for the some of the challenges that we face every single day. And also it helps us to get into a place of stillness. Nothing should easily agitate you or trigger you. Okay. So that's my take today. And I'm going to put the timer today for 20 minutes. Let's do after the reverse breathing. Let's start now, guys. Close your eyes and let's start. Open your eyes. I hope you were able to do 20 minutes today. And I want you all to note down if there was anything you remember. Please note down in your journal, and we will connect again tomorrow for feedback. I need to jump onto another call. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you for joining. Bye.
Yeah, Chitra, thank you.
Bye. Bye.